made it to
Chicken feet salad. I was just talking to a friend of mine that's still in the Marine Corps, and they just hit their 18-year mark. Now, when you reach 18 years of service in the Marine Corps, and I'm not sure how that works with reservists, I think it's active duty only, but it could be reservists too. But anyway, that's a whole nother tangent we won't get down on. But he got his notification on Marine Online, or MOL, that hey, Marines that have hit 18 years of service need to get on. It used to be called MarineNet, now I think it's called something different, but you have to do your Survivor's Benefit Plan, or Survivor's Benefit Program, SBP, training on there because you've reached 18 years. And also, when you apply for retirement, in the Marine Corps at least, that's part of your whole like application to retire is your certificate that you've done said training. Or it was when I applied for retirement. It's all very simple. It was like click through training and you get a certificate from what's it called? Marine blah 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 blah. What's the new one? Anyway, it doesn't matter. What it made me think of is like I can't understand why people do SBP. It's like saying, hi, I would like for my retirement paycheck to be a lot less than it should be. I just don't know why people opt into SBP. Now, if you don't opt out of it, you automatically opt in. So you're going to get charged at the maximum rate anyway. And it just made me remember an argument that I made in my eBook of like, why wouldn't you just get term life insurance, a term life policy for like a good 30 years and have a locked in monthly payment instead of doing the SBP? And people will argue like, well, SBP and life insurance are two totally different topics. I mean, they are, unless you're looking at it like, how many products have I bought into that I'm going to get charged for in retirement? So like right now I have a 30-year term life policy that I pay one solid fee for the next 27-ish years. I got a 30-year policy. I'm covered until like age 73, and if I get to age 73 and my term life policy expires, I know that I can just jump right back into a VGLI, government-sponsored life insurance, one of the lower tier plans, and just use that until I depart this world, and then the family's covered for a certain amount. I just wouldn't do VGLI immediately at retirement unless you cannot get your own commercial like term life policy, or I also wouldn't do, so like SBP and VGLI were two things that I decided to avoid in retirement, and I can't for the life of me understand why people do SBP. Now people will argue, well, I don't want my wife to just get that lump sum life insurance because she's not good with money, or he or she. I'm saying she. I'm just using an example because that's my situation. But well, my spouse isn't good with money, so I would rather them get a monthly stipend and instead of a lump sum from my life insurance policy. So what? Who cares? You're dead and gone. Why would, if my wife wants to Gucci it up when I move on to the hereafter, then so be it. But yeah, and I don't know. I just think it makes more money sense to just do a term life policy instead of VGLI and or SBP. Now, if you're going to opt out of SBP, you have to opt out with your significant other, and you have to do that in front of a witness. So what wifey and I did was just go to the base legal place on Camp Foster before I retired and before we left Okinawa, and she signed the declination on our, oh man, what's that DOD form, blah 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 blah, 2656, DD 2656. It's the form that establishes your retirement pay, and I think you can put some withholding stuff in there, even though withholding you have to dictate also on my pay anyway. I think it's maybe state withholding that you put on there, maybe. But anyway, Mississippi doesn't tax my military pension, but federally it does get taxed. So I got on my pay, and then when you set up MyPay after retirement, or, well, make sure you have a password established and not just depending on your ID card to log into that bad boy, your digital certificate. But make sure you have a login and password to get on MyPay, because when you retire, you should have your retirement portion set up. And that should all be part of your like out processing and stuff to get that set up. But once you do, you can log into that every month and check your retirement retirement pay account. It's kind of like checking your LES, your leave and earnings statement, but same but different. But you'll also see two profiles when you get on there. One will be from your active duty time, and one will be for your retirement time. And so then when you go to your retirement profile, in there is when you can kind of finagle the numbers and set up your federal withholding amount. And make sure you do that, because a lot of people don't. And then when they've been out for that whole, their first whole year and it comes tax time, they haven't done any withholding for that amount of money and they owe a big bill. So, yeah, make sure you're withholding. I think most of us landed in about that 12% kind of realm, but that's going to be on you to do the math and figure out where you're at and how much you should be withholding. I'll make a link to my ebook maybe down in the description of this video. It's free 99 if you want to take a gander at it. If you don't, by and large, it will pertain to Marines looking for retirement and not the other branches, though there may be some similarities when it comes to VA and disability and stuff like that, GI Bill, things of that nature. But by and large, the rest of it's dedicated to Marine Corps retirement planning. So yeah, just wanted to throw that knowledge nugget in here, and if it's worth something, good. If it's not, thumbs down the video, and we'll see y'all next time. I think I'm just going to leave this on with the DIY day kind of video because we've just been fiddle farting around the house for a couple of days here, and went over to Mark's mom's house last night for Mama's Day. It's the Queen's birthday, which is also Mother's Day here in Thailand. So went over there and hung out a bit yesterday, and just been doing some projects around the house today. And we're gonna head to Big Chuck here in a bit and buy some things. But yeah, I'm gonna check out. We'll see you later. Bye. This is kind of like a little office here in the development inside one of the parks. So there's a little park right here. You can see guy back there cutting some grass. But our landscaping dude over here is pretty good. But this little office right here, I think, is where you set up water, garbage, and I'm not sure what else. I think that's about it. Electricity is done by PEA, of course, but I guess the water and garbage is coordinated within the development. So Tick's gonna figure out how to get on that and get set up for paying it. They took our trash last week. I can't remember if they took it the week before that. I don't think were we in the house? I think that first pickup might have been done by the builders because they had a lot of debris and stuff outside the house. But anyway, they picked up last week. Tick just wasn't quite sure how to set up paying for it because we went out and bought our own trash can. For some reason, the development was being very slow about bringing us a garbage can. So Tick was like, well, we're already in, I think were we in Index or Home Pro? I think we got it at Index, and she was like, you know what, we're already here. Let's go ahead and get this can. And so we did and brought it to the house. But yeah, setting up that. So utility stuff today, and then we're gonna head over to the old house. We're meeting P Tuk Tik. So my wife's name is Tuk Tik, and then the lady that we sold the house to is P Tuk Tik, and her husband is P Jack. But anyway, we're gonna meet her, I think, over at the house, and maybe P Jack too. But just to kind of give them a walk around. Yeah, there's a few things we got to point out to them over at the old house, but I think it's in pretty good shape. It does need some cosmetic touch up, and they're aware of that. But I think they are gonna do a full paint job, and I'm not sure what else. They're gonna rearrange some of the furniture in there. So when we sold the dining room table that was in there to my friend Dom and Ew, our pretty close friends, it really opened up that room, and then we scooted the couches all the way to the far end of that place, and it really opened it up, and we were like, why didn't we keep it like this the whole time? And my wife was like, I did have it like this when we first moved in, but then we opted to bring the dining room table out of the little, where they're gonna have it, because it's in that partitioned like kitchen area, which is just sweltering all the time. I can't stand it. But they might be gonna add air back there. I think they are gonna add an air conditioner back to that space. Do something to cool it down back there, keep it cool. But you know, Thai people like to leave their houses open a lot all the time, so they won't have a single AC running most of the time, and just have some windows open, like front and back of the house, so they get a bit of a breeze through it. But what I could never figure out over in the other development was just how little of a breeze there is over there. And sometimes you get a decent one, but over here I feel like it's all the time. Like there's just air flowing because there's so much space around the house, and it just felt kind of condensed and packed in over there. But you know, they seem to like it. They bought the house. And so I went over there a few days, and I think I'll make another video of it, but went over there a few days ago, 2 days ago I guess, and trimmed the grass, cleaned up, and then we had like a water pot and a little garden shovel. Grabbed those and brought them back over to the house, so we'll have them if we need them, and that way I don't have to move the water hose around to hit every single little plant. But yeah, and then saw how it was rearranged, because Dom did that when he was picking up the table, and I was like, well, this actually does look pretty good, wide open in the living room there. And I think that's the way to do it. When we looked at that house years ago when we bought it, or before we moved in, we bought it in 2020, so right at the onset of COVID, and didn't set foot in it for 2 years, because when we bought the house, left, and went back to Japan, the storm hit, if you will, and we could not travel internationally. So I don't think we set foot in the house for right about 2 years. So we were just paying down the mortgage, and so by the time we got moved over here, you know, the house had been paid off for a couple of years, which was pretty good. But then we were just like, well, if we're gonna end up in something bigger, we can sell this one and then have cash on hand for built-ins, like we just did, and then part of the down payment too, which is also what we did. Yeah, cool. All right, well, let's ease over to I'm waiting on Wifey to come out of here. I think she's actually getting her little account set up in there, which is good productivity. And then we're waiting on our first power bill to come too, so I imagine maybe it won't be till August when we get our first power bill. But I think Tick also has to sort that up to where PEA knows where to send the bill, because she hasn't seen a bill yet, because the builder has just been footing the bill. And I think that's something Wifey worked out with the build team, was that you guys pay for the electricity because you guys are the only ones using it for all your drills and vacuums and paint and air compressors and everything else that was going on over there. So maybe August will be our first power bill, and we'll see how horrendous it is. Because there was it seems like there was a lot of days where we just had all the doors open, had the house blessing ceremony, and then furniture and stuff was moving in and out all the time. And family was camped out with us for a couple of days too. So we had more ACs running than we typically do. But it's a nice little treat, just running the ACs all the time. But we run our ACs a lot. So the one in our bedroom is, if we're at home when we go to sleep at night, we turn it on probably an hour or two beforehand and keep it pretty chill in the bedroom. I think we set that thing to like 23, and not on full blast though, like on the second setting for the fan. So not the lowest, but just up one. And then in the living room though, that's such a big AC unit. It's a 30,000 BTU unit. We'll have that thing on the lowest setting, and I think right now it's set to 26. I've even bumped it up to 27, and it feels great in there. I just don't know how much power that thing's consuming, so we're gonna find out when we get this first power bill. But I think on the lowest blower setting and setting it to 26, 27 degrees, that's on the Celsius scale, which is 77 and a little bit higher on the Fahrenheit scale. I don't think it'll be that bad. And then sometimes I'll be in my office and not even use the AC. This morning I turned it on for a bit because I was in there trying to work. One, I was working out, and two, I was working on a video in there because I'm finding myself again doing the couple days catch up because I haven't posted a video in like over a week probably at this point. Maybe it's been a week. I guess it's been a week. So now I'm cobbling like 3-4 days worth of video together, and I haven't videoed a whole lot, just kind of off and on throughout the days, but and I can see this one is pushing 6 minutes here in about 3 seconds, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. See ya. All right, we got a little at-home shabooboo.
ไม่ใช่เจ้าฮ้อน
Johan.
โอ้ย
ขอโทษ
ไม่ได้เลย
Not the same, huh?
ใช่มันไม่ใช่ชาโบมันเป็นเจ้าฮ้อน
Immigration. Departing. They got really sweet cars. That was a fairly brief meeting. Not the two ladies that came before. One of them with a guy this time, but he was like, have you done it online before, your 90-day check-in? And I was like, I have not. He's like, oh, just log in and set up an account real quick. You don't need to come all the way to immigration to do your 90-day check-ins every time. Just do them online. So I've just registered. I thought I already had an account, but I guess I didn't. But I registered, and I'm about to do the TM47 right now, and then that'll get me locked in, and I can do the 90 days online from here on out. Which is the same, you get the same sheet of paper, you just have to, like one of these, you just have to print it out and put it in your passport, but yeah, cool, technology. Fairly certain I won't get this video out today, so happy belated Thai Mamas Day to all you Thai Mamas. We got 2 Thai Mamas that we're honoring today. We're gonna go over to Mark's mama's house. And I've taken you over there before, you might remember it from a New Year's shindig a little while back, but Tick's mom is gonna be over there, Mark's mom be over there, and then moms in the family. We got Tukta, we got Tick, we got who else? One of the younger ladies over at the house has a little one, so that would be Mark's niece that already has a daughter. Maybe a son too. I'm not sure. It's one of those traditional Thai houses, multi-generational, multiple families living in one big sprawling complex that just kept growing and growing and growing over the years. But it's a fun place. Gonna get over there today and probably have some dinner, bite to eat. And I've had a bit of a stomach issue going on today. So yesterday we swung by the Save One Market, which is right up the street from us. Pretty famous outdoor market here in Korat. Against my own better judgment, I grabbed a little bowl of khao soi, which is like a northern Thai dish, noodles and chicken, and then it comes in its own little broth, like in a separate bag. If you get it in a restaurant, it's all like one, it's ready to go, but buying it at a market like that, it's all separate, so things don't get too soggy and whatnot. But I brought it home, and I don't think I warmed it up as much as I should have, but I can't pin it on that khao soi because what else did we eat yesterday? I had one of those, I grabbed one of those, it's like a hot dog wrapped in a waffle, so it's like a sausage in a waffle. I think I ate a separate waffle with that too that I was going to save for this morning. I went ahead and ate it last night for dessert, but I can't quite blame the market food. I did have a few beers last night, and I did work out really, really hard yesterday, so I don't know if the heat and just all that perspiration had something to do with it too. Maybe my liquids are just off, I don't know, but got up multiple times last night, and then I've visited the Hong Nam quite a few times today. So anyway, we're about to depart and head over that way, and then take you along, I guess. It's also Mark's brother's birthday, so we're going to take some of this whiskey that we got from the housewarming, because there's no way I drink that, and years from now it would still be here. So more of a beer guy myself, but yeah, cool. See ya. I did get this paint fixed on the awning here, which didn't turn out too bad, but when he cut this off the back side of it and repositioned, he just left it all burnt black and nasty, and I touched it up with a white paint that isn't quite the same white, but damn, I missed the spot where he cut it off. Have to come back and hit that. Yeah. Always a project.
ไม่มีเอง
ไม่มี
ก็พอมันเลยวันหนึ่งปุ๊บก็เป็น54แล้วแต่ยังไม่เต็ม
There's sausage in here with some sauce and a pancake wrapped around it. Well, welcome back. Low key DIY kind of day around here. Spin you around. So I ordered some screen on Lazada to put over these because I'm afraid the soil is going to keep running off into the drains, one. And two, with one of the drains back here, we've got a ton of bugs coming out of it, and it's like a drain fly breeding ground. Did some touch-up paint on this guy. It's not the same white, but it's close enough. And then I came back this morning and touched up back there where he cut it off of the old, or a few days before he cut that off, and he never repainted, and he affixed it to the front side because when he brought it over, it wouldn't go over that box and all the piping here. This is our problem drain right here, and so these flies come out of this thing and just congregate on this wall. Let me zoom you out a little. And I get a ton of them in the office. That's sewage access, but I don't think that's the problem. But since I blocked that off, we've got very minimal, almost no flies back here. It's about to take the long way around. So working on 1, 2, 3, 4 drains. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a ton of right there. 5, 6. I think we've got 9 total. So I ordered 5 of these sheets so I can make 2 out of each of them. And this is like 150 micron screen. So I hope it's not too fine. But if we get water drainage issues, then I guess I'll go with something a little bit bigger or smaller, I guess. A more wide open kind of scheme to it. But should make quick work out of these. I've got my first one cut and I put it on the first hole and then measured the rest of this line to make sure they were all the same. And they are, roughly. So I'll chop 4 of these, lift that one up, and hit the other side. I think I'm gonna go ahead and now that I've got one cut, make an outline on the next ones and go ahead and get them chopped. And then we'll have a bunch of leftover screen for either some sort of project or pass it off to the family and they can maybe recycle it or something. But yeah, 5 sheets of this. It's pretty good stuff. Came on one nice smooth roll in 5 sheets though, but ought to be plenty. And I'm debating on whether or not I need to put like a little bit of a caulk down or something just to kind of keep it in place. But I think for right now I'm just going to lay it in there and then lay the block back over the top and see how that works. Cut down on all the bugs. What I'm afraid of is no matter how good of a job we do to get these screened in to keep all the junk, pigeon crap and everything else from going down the drain, this runs back across the neighbor's yard to the other street, I'm assuming. And so it's like a common flow point, at least for this one. Of course this flows this way, but I think that's as far as that one goes. And then that one picks up on the other side of the septic, which makes sense. So I asked Tick, I was like, do we have septic or do we have, is it like common sewage access? And if we have septic and we have not thought about it and it's now buried, Was that just dumb on our part? Or does it feed back into some kind of main line on the street? Surely it's not septic, because I think there would be more than just one access. It's got to come around this way probably and go out to a common feed point under the street. Maybe I'm wrong. Well, I got to messing with this one over here because I thought maybe the soil's going to be a problem running down in there, but wifey was like, just leave that one alone because it's already got the rocks around it holding all the soil in. And I don't really want to find a snake. But I was like halfway done with this one. And I just threw all the rocks back in place. So I think these along this will be okay. It's kind of filled in with dirt anyway. If we get any kind of bad washout in here, then I'll know what the problem is. The troublemaker back here, I laid it in just like I did the other ones, and then I made like a V shape out of that screen, that foil. Yeah, it's all over me. And then laid that around the cracks because there were still flies and stuff coming out of there once I pulled the duct tape up. So if the neighbors were watching this, I probably look like a crackhead back here punching that in around the corners with scissors. But anyway, all the rest of them turned out pretty good. But like even as I'm doing this, there's pigeon crap rolling off the ceiling. Not that the two things are interconnected, but what I don't want to happen is the gutters fill up with pigeon crap and then get backed up. That one's already got crap in it. I just put that in there. Some of that's left over though. But I think these are good. Good over here. Some of these blocks are more even than others too. But I think we're fine. That 5 of those screens was like 1,500 baht, I think. So like 45 bucks, and now I got 1 full sheet left over and then 2 pre-cut sheets for the gutter blocks, if that's what you call them, gutter blocks, I don't know. And then this we'll probably just give to the family to recycle or something. That's all the leftover scrap. I reckon while we're at it, pick this broom up and put it where it goes. And then I put a hoot owl up there. Scare away any pigeons. Will it be effective? I don't know. I don't think we'll know until nighttime. But this is P. Dye's cleaning closet. I better not put that in her bucket. I guess I'll put it with my own stuff. It's a good place for it. All right. What's next? I think we're going to Big Chuck today. I think we're running low on coffee. We're over at the house today, and the other day, and I forgot that I had these quartzite pieces that I pulled off of Cheyenne Mountain back in Colorado Springs when we were stationed there. And we were walking around the new house with the folks that bought it. I was like, oh man, I forgot these rocks. And one of them, their mom was there, and she was like, well, leave one, and that'll be good luck for us. And I was like, okay, so we'll have one here at our house, and you'll have one over at the old village for your house. That'll be good luck. Continued good relations and such. Should probably go over there and drink some beers once they get moved in. Get cleaned up back here. What just fell out of that? Leaf blowing around. When we first moved in, there was a little baby snake out here in the corner. It looked like it had already been eaten up by a bird or something, but I sprayed it into the flower bed here. And then came to look a little while later and it was gone, so it might not have been dead. And I was out here squirting water at it. big Chuckaroo, the big Charles, the big Chuckster. Gotta round up some essentials and then head on back to the house, I reckon. I think Nuhin and Kunma are on their way to Big Charles, so we might see the rest of the fam in here. It's a cool car right there. This might be an e-vehicle. I don't know what this is. Oh, it's a cube, I think. Yeah, looks like back in Japan. That's a cool car. That's awesome. It looks like a little Lapin or a Lapin, huh? That's awesome. Got some Linux paper. All right. So we picked up some of this Doritos salsa. We had the hot one though, right? Before?
Yeah, this one medium.
This is a medium, yeah. They had a spicy. Looks like it's sold out. Yeah, might as well.
So put Tabasco.
Taco seasoning too. Tabasco or the hot one.
Put in here.
I'm trying to figure out why they don't sell
Put in here.
like corn tortilla chips in here, but they have the salsa. I don't know. So ends another successful journey to the Big Chuck. Wifey always tells me that I don't have to take the carts back, but there's no good place to put them, and if one hit my car I think I'd be upset, so I just returned it like a good shopper, like a good responsible citizen.
No one do it.
No one does that. That's what she says. But yeah, I did have the car keys with me too while I walked all the way back up there to take it. There's no they don't have like the cart holding cells or whatever you call them. They just don't have those cart caddies. I don't know, cart cages. But
sometimes have people do to take your cart.
Yeah, well sometimes they'll, if they're running around the parking lot, they'll just grab your cart from you. Otherwise they just kind of, people just stack them out here. And if I see a stack, maybe I'll add to it if it seems reasonable and there's like a half empty parking lot.
Because you're too nice.
Because I'm too nice.
Yeah, very gentle.
Too nice. Just a
Really kind.
just a gentleman.
Man.
Just a gentleman. Oh man. Just a gentleman. That's it. Right there. Bye now.
Seven.
Oh, we're going to 7. I was gonna buy some sandwich meat in there, but they had this like industrial sized, cafeteria sized pack, and I didn't want to buy like 500 pounds of sliced ham.
But you eat every day.
But I eat it every day. But it also would be nice if they had sourdough in here, like a loaf of sourdough.
They do.
But there is a lady
They do have.
in there.
Oh,
I didn't see it.
near the fruit.
But is it good?
Yeah, we bought that one time.
Hello.
Oh,
Like a whole, like not sliced.
yeah, whole dough.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't think they had loaves of sourdough in there. But
shop by the mall.
But I've been spoiled, and I just buy it at the mall when we go by Saint Etoile, Saint Etoile. I don't know what the store is called, but they have really banging bread.
Entree.
Ontron. Don't let a Thai person tell you how to pronounce French things. But anyway, gonna go to 7-Eleven and get
Banana.
some bananas, sandwich meat.
Yes, and some stupid donut.
Is that it? That's it, right? Let's go. Season's greetings. It's Friday, or is it Friday? I forgot to close out yesterday's video, which again was like a weekly weaving of various days of doing stuff here in Korat. But yeah, just got back from a little walk, jog around the neighborhood, and not really sure what we're doing today. Every day is kind of Friday over here. For us anyway, no one's working. But yeah, just finished up with a little stroll around the neighborhood. I've still got to finish up, not quite done yet. And then it's gonna be time for a coffee and a breakfast Sammy. Yeah, some of that sourdough bread, deliciousness. I may have to run out to immigration today. When the officers came to the house the other day, they're like, "Oh, did you?" I guess they followed up with my wife afterwards, and they were like, "Hey, did your husband get online and process his TM whatever it is to update his address?" because it's not in the system yet. And I was like, I told wifey, I was like, no, it's in the system. I already got the approval. I already got it emailed. Like, if you go there in person to do your 90-day check-ins, you fill out a top portion of this. It's like a full-page form. Put your address and all that good stuff on there, and then they tear off the bottom of it and sign it and give it back to you. And that's like your receipt for doing your check-in, and it says, you know, just keep this with your passport. Well, I got that emailed to me. That's part of the TM47 CSIP jet. So she was like, it's not in the system yet, or I can't see it. So she was like, if it's not in there tomorrow, then maybe just drop by immigration and bring your house book. But I did it online, and I've got the top half of the form that I filled out to submit, and then what you get back is what would be on the old paper copy, the short form, like the receipt. But the top portion shows your address of where you live at. So I might be good, I might not. But the one I got back definitely says, you know, don't come check in again until November. So I think that means I'm good. But if not, we can go out there. No harm, no foul, no big deal. It's just the drive to Wathale, which isn't too far away. It's probably a 25-30 minute drive. Out close to where the school is that I was volunteering at a while back. But it's Friday. If we don't get to that, then we can do it Monday, I guess. I'm not like violating any timelines that I'm adhering to or anything. So try to keep it quiet. Wifey's still in the bed. But anyway, I guess this is me closing this one out. And we'll see y'all next time. Cheers.